Hey guys, so I brought the table home with that one individual who helped me, and Lewis and I lugged this up the stairs. Holy crap, this thing is huge. So this is our table, and it is not a real cartel if you look closely. I couldn't really tell how the seams look like until I took out everything, and I still have to finish cleaning it up, but you can kind of see like this part over here doesn't look like it's the greatest. Like this is not the best. I don't want to say welding job, but you know what I'm talking about. Like you can kind of see it looks not the greatest thing. So, but the basic shape is the same, and I'm kind of happy with it. I like having a big acrylic table. In case you're wondering what those spots are, when I remove the plastic top off of it, I noticed that it looks like there is paint dots over here. So I think that this might have gotten sprayed on. I don't know how it got sprayed on, but upside down by paint, which is kind of strange because if you're holding this table like this, right? The paint would be on top, but not on bottom. But for whatever reason, it's on the bottom. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it was an accident, but whatever happened, yeah. I was just thinking like, oh, okay, well, instead of thinking about it as little dots, I'm gonna think about it like a little galaxy theme. Yeah. So I have to finish cleaning it up. But I'm pretty happy about it. I like it a lot. Honestly, if I had to pick this and the real cartel, I would actually rather have this than the real cartel. And the reason being is Lewis and I had to lug this up the stairs at 1:30 in the morning. This thing is so wide. See this? This is about 28, I think 28 and a half inches tall, 40, 40, and I love it. As I said earlier, it is definitely not a real cartel. There is no marking. If it was an actual cartel, it would actually it seems like there would be a logo over here. I looked through all four sides, it wasn't. It's a little suspect on the edges here, but that's okay. That's okay, totally fine. Yeah. I can't find anything similar to this at all online. I can't find like Craigslist. I looked at Facebook Marketplace. I couldn't find anything. Yeah, nobody even makes like a homemade version of this table. So I think what happened was someone made this table trying to, they obviously drew inspiration from Cartel. You can see they most likely weren't a professional. But there was an attempt made, and when this person, I don't know if they sold it or if the person who lived there made this, but when they moved into the apartment, they couldn't fit this in. So this had to go. And yeah, it's I looked at the prices. Some people were saying, "Oh, why don't you just have one made for yourself?" Acrylic sheet, from what I was reading on Home Depot, it's like about $116 for an acrylic sheet. There is no way, you guys, I'm gonna be able to cut one of these by myself. And even if I did buy the raw materials, I have to find a person who wants to cut this up and then weld this together and then transport this as well. And this is a really, really, really heavy table. Really wide, really heavy. And I am just happy that we managed to lug this up the stairs. I really don't see us ever getting an acrylic table again, since it's so heavy and the price of the acrylic table is really expensive. So a 16-inch acrylic table, from what I was seeing online, goes for about $200. Something like this size, if this was the actual one, you would be looking at about, most, I would say, anywhere from 350 to 700 used. I saw one listing in New York that they were selling this for 350, the actual cartel, not this one. But you would also have to factor in transport, right? So transport would most likely be about $100. That's how much man with the van costs. That's what the movers were using last time for, I think, about an hour. And yeah, it's just Yeah, I like my $5 table, $5 because I paid that person. That's all the cash I had on me. And I was so thankful that they helped me out. Some people mentioned, oh, what is up with this whole transaction thing? I was so happy and I was so appreciative that after they brought it in downstairs, they didn't come up to the apartment. They just left it down the stairs. But after they brought it up to the apartment, I was after I shook their hand and they said, have a good night. I took out all the cash that I had in my bag, which was only $5, and I told them, this is all that I have. I'm sorry, but I'm really, really appreciative of it. Yeah. So I have an all-purpose cleaner coming in right now. I ran out of cleaner, and yeah, my cleaner does not work on this, so I have an all-purpose cleaner coming in later today. I got this like BioClean, eco-friendly stuff. We'll see how it works, and I'm 95% it will shine it up. If not, I will probably just look online and see what I can use. Yeah, so one thing I don't like about acrylic is it gets very smudgy. It gets very, very smudgy, it seems. It smudges easily. And yeah, yeah. So seams are not the greatest over here, but that's okay. You see my aloha soy sauce over there? You can tell I'm from Hawaii because I have my aloha soy sauce over there. Yeah. So this is nice. No, Oreo for sure is not going to jump on this. This is 40, no, this is like 28 inches tall. He can't clear this. Clinton and Blackberry haven't jumped on this yet. I'm very, very happy. In case I never told you earlier, also, I don't want to, how would I say this? Like, I didn't want to buy a glass table. Clinton actually, I think he smashed a glass window when he was younger. I don't know. I don't trust the sturdiness of glass either. One of the reasons why you don't see any glass around the apartment. The only glass I do have is glass vases, but I know they're not going to topple that over because it's on a really lean shelf. I don't want any of the cats breaking glass, shattering glass. So getting a glass table was kind of out of the question. And also, right, like what if we accidentally drop something on the table and then it shatters and then we have to get a replacement glass and clean up the glass. It's just a pain in the ass. I love glass tables, I really, really do, but it's just like I know how it is if you accidentally drop a glass bottle or a drinking glass and the mess that it makes and all those little shards. I just hate it. So yeah, this acrylic table is 100% cat proof. I don't have to worry about it. If we drop something on it, we might get a nick in the acrylic. Oh well, this thing already has like all this stuff on it. So yeah, it's safe. I have a lot of confidence no one's gonna get hurt. But the only problem is that like if you actually like rub your leg against it, I don't want to say it's rough, but it's not as smooth as glass. Like I don't know if I don't know if this was intentional. I think it was, but yeah, it's not the smoothest at all. I mean, it's smooth, but like it doesn't have that nice rolling edge. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But it's okay. You just will have like a leg exfoliation if you're not careful of how you where you put your leg. One of those things that I realized. Yeah. So I was telling Lewis yesterday. I mean today. I was so thankful that he helped me bring this table up. When he saw it, he thought, "Really, Erica, you're gonna make me bring this like $20 piece of plastic up?" And I told him, I said, "No, this looks like this is like an acrylic table. It's like the cartel. The measurements are very similar, and the cartel's like $1,200. Lewis is not going to want to spend $1,200 on an acrylic table, right? Like if this was the actual cartel, right? Cartel actually looks a little bit more refined than this for sure. But he will not be able to justify $1,200. Not even I would be able to justify. Like I think the price for that would be up there, and I figure with wear and tear, something might drop on it, scuff marks, who knows, maybe Oreo decides to claw it for whatever reason, which I highly doubt he will do. I don't plan on reselling stuff too. Like that's the other thing. Like some people would say, "Oh, they would like to buy new and keep it there forever." I know wear and tear around this apartment. You have cats scratching things. You have things getting bumped occasionally. See, like look at this chair. Like see that? That is cat damage right there. That is cat damage. So even if we had bought a really expensive chair, eventually it would have got scratched up. All the upholstery is scratched up. Yeah. So, but with acrylic, I don't have to worry about anything. I told him flat out that if we move, we're bringing this table with us for sure, because I don't have to worry about things breaking. Worst case scenario, right? Something really heavy goes on it. Maybe it breaks in a couple pieces. It's gonna be nothing like glass. And yeah, I don't want to say this is like kitty proof, child proof, but I kind of feel like it is. It's just yeah. So it's a really nice acrylic piece too. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so this is my DIY chair. You guys might have remembered this. What I did is I actually tied it up. Yeah, look at this beautiful string work here. And after I tied it up, I thought, crap, this looks like crap. So I got these like little pom-pom things. Let me show you guys. So when I was in Manhattan, I found these, and I had no idea what I was going to use with this, but I thought, okay, well, I'll figure something around the house. And then after I tied it up, I thought to myself, hey, let me just make some pom-poms. So I had, how much was this? I had 3 packages of this. I used 2 packages on this, and it kind of covers a lot of this like DIY work over here. The whole idea behind this is that I don't want people to focus on my string work. I rather have them see this and they're like, oh, okay, it looks kind of like, yeah, it doesn't look like. So it is my little tutu chair. I don't know if I told you guys this. What happened with this chair is I actually contacted Home Depot. This is a Home Depot chair. I think it's like $100. I asked them, hey, can I buy replacement legs for this? Is there any way I can buy a replacement leg because the joints were coming apart? And they referred me to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer does not sell this chair anymore. So I figured to myself, oh, okay, well, if you're not selling the chair anymore, let me just try and DIY repair it. Let me just try use string, see how that works. And then I put like 2 layers of string on there. It seems to work fine. So I joined the feet over there, did that over there, made my little tutus over here, and it's okay. It is okay. For a little repair chair, it works fine. I would not recommend anybody who's super heavy to sit on this chair. Just because if you take out the thing, you can already see there's a crack. Yeah. This chair is actually, it's nice, but it's not the most comfortable chair. It's like sitting in a plastic spoon. That is the best way I can describe this chair. I'd rather sit in this chair than this chair. Yeah, so, yeah. It's all for kind of looks, but it is not the most comfortable chair. Some people online, they were saying, match this table, match the cartel table with I think it's called like a Lewis Ghost chair or something like that. And the chair's like $500 I do not want to spend $500 on acrylic chairs, because acrylic chairs are just, like I said, they're not comfortable. They're okay if you're going to be there for a short while. This is not something you really want to lounge around in big time. There's a reason why office chairs are not really made out of acrylic. They're made out of this kind of material, because this one's a lot more supportive than this one. Yeah, but we will see. I kind of think to myself like, oh, if I buy an upholstered chair, I know the cats are gonna scratch it. Like, look what happened with this one. If I, depending on what we get, cats are gonna scratch it. The only way they're not gonna really be able to scratch is acrylic, but I don't know how I feel about acrylic. We'll see. We will see. You know, actually, I tried to look at the JB Weld thing. This thing, I'm not kidding you guys. It's no joke. The tension on this is unreal. So I tried to put this together and I tried to put it back on the joints. I cannot I cannot grab the piece and put it back on the joint. Like it I don't know how they did it when they were manufacturing it, but I cannot get it at the same exact spot. It's about half an inch too far, and I don't know how I would hold the JB Weld because it's not that simple. Like everything together has a lot of tension. That's the best way I can describe it. So the only way I kind of found a workaround was just using like kind of tying the layers and layers of cotton twine on it. But it's just so much force on it. Yeah, I can't do it myself. Yeah. So this table, I was a little worried because my worry about this, you guys are gonna laugh, okay? My worry about this is I was worried that Mr. Oreo cat over there was going to run right into the table. That was my worry. I don't want Oreo. I was worried, like, hey, depending on his vision, right? I don't want him to accidentally go into the table. Not saying that this is like the cleanest table ever. It's not. You can see all these little light refractions. I was thinking, like, oh, I hope Oreo's pretty good about this. And because when he runs, he waddles. So I didn't want him to try go between the table legs, and although I think he would understand, Oriole's the slowest cat. Yeah. Because it's not like a solid color, so if any cat did it, most likely it would be Oreo. Yeah, when he runs, he gallops and waddles. It's kind of noticeable. He's like a gleeful little horse galloping. He definitely doesn't run like Clinton or Blackberry. He just kind of he runs and then his like hind legs kind of like go like this. It's so straight. I think that's why I love that cat so much. Yeah. He runs like a little tubby cat. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. I am going to have to rearrange things a bit, so I will talk to you guys later. But I just wanted to show you my little table, and I am really happy about it. As I said before, I prefer this table more than the $1,200 table. I think it's because I have a lot of thoughts behind this table. So Lewis and I had to lug this table up 1:30 a.m. super heavy. It barely fit through the door, you guys. Barely fit through the door. Barely. We had to angle it, and it was just. I think we woke all the neighbors. I'm not. Whoops. But it was a Saturday night, so yeah. Hopefully they didn't hear too much about it. But yeah. So this table has a story. I will always remember this, and I can't say the same thing about a table that if we had just bought from Design Within Reach. I'm going to look at Design Within Reach. If you guys look at like the website, they have all this like mid-century modern stuff, all this like $500 chair or like $3,000 table. And the reason why I'm looking at this stuff is I see pieces being thrown out and I can't identify a lot of this stuff. So there are certain pieces like I will recognize, but there's also a lot of inspired pieces or pieces that might actually be authentic. And if I see it, I kind of want to say like, hey, this chair looks very similar to blah blah. And if I really like it, then I could just kind of pair it in with the apartment. Yeah. But we will see. We will see for sure. For sure. I think there was a Noguchi. I think that's how you say it. Like there was a Noguchi table that someone was throwing out, but it wasn't a real Noguchi. It was like a faux Gucci table. I think the real Noguchi, I think it's 3,000, but I could be remembering it wrong. It's some glass table, so I really have no use for it over here. But some people like they really know their furniture stuff. They know so much about furniture. They're able to know these certain styles, and I want to have like a basic understanding about certain classic pieces, and if I see something inspired, because I'm not expecting to see the real thing, at least not in Brooklyn, I can identify it and then maybe pick it up, if it works with the apartment. If not, I'm putting it back outside. There are individuals who do pick up furniture pieces and then they resell them. I have no intention of reselling any pieces. If I pick up something and if it doesn't work with me, I'm just gonna give it away. I don't want to do this whole selling of pieces that someone else freely gave away. But I respect people who are resellers. But for me, like the way the community is around here, it's so giving. It really is very, very giving. I love the people around here for the most part because I find that people are very involved with the community. You have people who, if you kind of like yeah, they're friendly, they wave, they smile. Lewis says he doesn't see those people too much, but also he doesn't really look that friendly. Like people typically will not be friendly to you unless you look friendly or you are friendly as well. And then I find that yeah, I have no problem with the people over here. There are like a few bad apples which I've shared on streams of the few bad apples that I've come across, but yeah, it's like the positives definitely weigh out the negatives, and it's one of the reasons why, like, if we move, I'll be kind of sad because I see the people around here. I know how overall people are, and they're just friendly, they'll ask. There's some neighbors, like, I pass by them and they're like, oh, how are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing good, how about you? I talk to the mailman. Yes, when I see the postal worker, I ask them how their day's been, and how the mail's going for them, or if they've been affected by from what I remember, like, there was a dismantling in the machines, but I haven't heard about it happening in Brooklyn, at least. So yeah. Yeah. I have no plans about reselling any furniture that we pick up. So if it's like designer inspired, or if it's a faux piece, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I'm not gonna have a piece and be like, hey, look how expensive my piece is, everybody, and I just want you to know that this piece was like $600, $700. No, not really. I think furniture is really overpriced. First of all, like I look at this thing, and if this was the real piece, the real thing, I can't really see the justification. Louis could he was so when he saw this downstairs and it was all wrapped up in the plastic, he said, really, Erica? This like plastic table? Really? I was like, yeah, the real one is like $1,200, and there's no chance we are spending $1,200 on a table, or $700 on a table, or $500 on a table, unless it was like a really, really, really spectacular piece. But you figure with the three cats, everything's gonna get damaged eventually. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I was looking at Victorian furniture. Someone was throwing it out. So there is a Instagram called Stooping NYC, Stooping. I it it's a Instagram where people show furniture that they see on the street, and then people go in a rush to pick it up. So you see like mid-century modern stuff, you see acrylic chairs. This, by the way, this I did not find any of this I did not find this or this off that Instagram. You just have to really walk around, because when people post on that Instagram, then you got people like, "Oh my goodness, I need to go grab it," or "I'm right around the corner," and That's when people really kind of rush to get those pieces, shall I say, because it's publicized. For this one, this was actually next to a recycle bin. So someone had put this right next to a recycle bin. I saw it. It was kind of hidden from sight. Normally, I don't walk that path. And when I saw it, I thought, hey, I've actually been looking kind of for an acrylic chair. Let me see if I can work with this. You guys saw my stream, my little fixer-upper chair. I did not know what to do, but I figured, oh, let me try zip tie it or put some string or something like that. You guys recommended JB Well, taking it to like some car shop of sorts. And I just thought, okay, well, I'm just gonna cotton twine it and call it a day. I think I'm pretty good. There's no way I can JB Well that chair. There's just so much tension on that thing. You would really need to have very strong people holding it in place or very, very, very strong clamps because there's like a joint on the bottom and there's a joint on the top and it's kind of connected. So I don't know how to line that thing. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Victorian furniture. People throw out like huge sets of Victorian furniture, like the couch, the like four chairs. And it's because people are moving. And when people move, they don't want to bring their stuff with them. I understand. But for sure, if we move, I'm bringing this table. No doubts about it. I'm bringing the table and I'm bringing that red beanbag chair for sure. The cat bed for sure. Yeah. So a lot of people are moving from Brooklyn. I see it happening. But there are also people moving in. There are people moving in, and when people move in, they get rid of pretty good pieces. The person who was, I think they're moving in, they had this still in the plastic wrap, and I was kind of thinking to myself, that's kind of a shame because they moved in, right? They had movers bring this stuff in because it was wrapped in the moving plastic. And for whatever reason, the table didn't fit through the door, it didn't match with the decor, or it might have gotten, I don't know how it got paint damage on here. Because there's actually the paint splatters are on this side, not on this side. Yeah, it's just kind of sad to know you lug a piece of furniture in and then you have to get rid of it or give it away. Yeah, so, but at least I was able to rehome it or adopt it. I'm pretty damn sure that if I didn't pick it up, then it would have gone off to the landfill because when I picked it up, it was about 11:30 at night. And I think the trash pickup truck comes around anywhere between like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or so. Yeah, so I'm happy this didn't go to the landfill. Because if this went to a landfill, I would have been like, oh, I'll never find an acrylic table this big ever again. If this was in broad daylight, I know that they dropped this. I know that they put it out after 6 p.m. And the reason why I know that is I went grocery shopping. I passed by that house and they had these six yellow kind of felted chairs. And I was actually thinking about taking them, but I wasn't too sure if the person who was standing in front was in the process of moving them in, so I left them there. And then when I walked back, I saw these three people um, outside looking at the chairs. And at that point, I told them, I said, yeah, they're really cute chairs, but I don't know if they're in the process of moving it or if they're waiting for someone. Because the person when I saw earlier, they looked like they were kind of safeguarding it. So, yeah, it's just one of those things like you don't know if someone is in the way to, bring that thing in or in the middle of transporting it or, yeah, it's hard to say. So, anyway, so I didn't get the three canary yellow chairs, and I felt them. They were felt. I wasn't too gung ho on them because I knew the cats were gonna scratch them up. Felt they had this little. How would I say it? Like they kind of ball up. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a word for that. Balling up felt. That you usually pill. Yeah, pill. So the chairs were kind of pilling a little. I thought to myself, frick. Okay, these are yellow chairs, and there are basically three black cats here. Yeah, the cat hair is gonna be astronomical on that bright yellow furniture. So, Yeah, I thought they were really cute. I didn't really see how they would work with the apartment, but it seems like they definitely got picked up. And then later on, I thought, okay, let me see if, they tossed anything else out because I felt like walking around. And then I saw this, and well, you know what happened after that. After that, I was like, ah, I was so happy about it. If this wasn't broad daylight, I'm pretty damn sure someone would have taken it for sure. I just lucked out because it was so late at night and there was plastic wrap on it. So when you see it, right, it kind of looks like it's a giant plastic lid of sorts. Because there was so much plastic wrap on it and it was kind of dusty looking. So yeah. So good timing. I lost the chairs, but I got this. And even if I had gotten the chairs would have matched with the apartment. So yeah. Even though they were cute, I have to kind of think like what would match. And I'm kind of stuck on this whole acrylic, black, wood, gray kind of color scheme. But then we also have the yellow on the red beanbag thing. Yeah, right place, right time. Yeah. Yeah. So my search for a table has stopped. I don't think we would get like a little coffee table, but if I saw an acrylic coffee table, I'd be very, very, very tempted to grab it. Or very kind of like mid-century modern, a small coffee table, not a big one, something I can easily carry by myself. Yeah. So I got to get on moving, you guys. So I will talk to you guys later. But the table did make it in, and I'm very, very happy about it. I would also recommend if you guys are in an area where people are, constantly moving or getting rid of furniture, just walk around your street, see what people are getting rid of. Here in Brooklyn, we have a lot of people who are very kind of, how would I say it, like they like mid-century modern stuff, they like IKEA stuff, they like Clinton. Yeah, so they like furniture choices that are much more stylish than than I think the average person. And I'm just saying that because like when I see some of the apartments in Brooklyn where people are showing off like, oh, look what I picked up off the street. I look at their apartments and it looks so gorgeous. So gorgeous. It makes me kind of want to pick up certain pieces. I don't want to get too off track, but if you guys remember, there is a Pier 1 used to have like a hanging chair. It looks like a wicker chair, but it has like a big stand and then it looks like a half circle. I've always, always wanted that chair. I found out that someone actually threw it out. Someone threw it out. It showed up on Stooping NYC. The person who rehomed that chair, oh my goodness, their apartment looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, but even if I grabbed a chair like that, like where would I put it? I have no place to put it. Actually, no, I would just get rid of more couches. I would make space. I would make space for that. Clinton. Yeah, I think Clinton wants me to end the stream. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like those kind of pieces I really like. I like pieces that are unique, that are, I feel like I could have them for a really long time and they would kind of stand the test of time, and I don't have to worry about it breaking as much. Durability is a very, very big thing to me. I know, Clinton, and you can't break this table. At least, actually, I don't want to tempt him. I'm afraid he's gonna try to break this table. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah. Anyway, talk to you guys later. See ya.